H maybe I have those mixed up. Yeah, I think that one goes there, that one goes there. Don't you? Hickok 45 with a big gun and a little gun. This is the Mark 19 Desert Eagle. This is a car, P380. Coincidentally, they're made by the same company. Car owns of the company that makes the Desert Eagles now, so Magnum research so kind of interesting. I think this round 50 action, Express 58 would be very difficult to get into that firearms, so yeah, we have them straight now. This one would not be hard to get into the 50 caliber, yeah. Hickok 45, and this is a firearm we requested. I specifically chose this one, 'cause I thought the stainless was pretty cool. Okay, I don't know, to me in a way, if I were going to own this one of these, and of course I have to admit I still own the 44 Magnum. I really wouldn't admit that, but I like this better than any of the other finish. Just the stainless, it's kind of a brushed stainless, so it's a really nice looking firearm, right? You know, one everybody needs foe or their mental, and we're going to shoot American Eagle. Well, not American Eagle, but Federal Ammo Fusion. Okay, they sent me several boxes of this, and hence that's why we're about this. Okay, I requested it a while back, 'cause I knew we wanted to get a hold of one of these 50 Action Express Desert Eagles, because why am I some sort of secret assassin? Mal, and you wanna be, or whatever? Not really, but I've had so many people request it. They've seen the 44 Magnum Desert Eagle that we did, and just get a 50, it's not a 50, get a 50, it's not a Desert Eagle, unless it's a 50 ND. So okay, I'm trying the 50, and I never fired one, so you know, I needed to put that on my resume. I fired a 58 Desert Eagle, so here we are with it, and again, we appreciate Bud sending us this thing. They're not cheap. Things are around 18,800 MSRP. Well, I don't know what the MSRP is actually, but are they 1790 or something like that? A lot of money. Okay, they're not $3, or they're not $400. They're on up. They're a so big cartridge, and like I said, this one's of the Mark 19, not to be confused with the grenade launcher, the belt-fed grenade launcher Mark 19. This is a magazine-fed grenade launcher. Okay, and you'll see that when you start seeing these rounds go in. Wow, and this is their pack of grenades. They go right there, 50 caliber. That's pretty big. You folks up in Kentucky, my relatives, that's almost half an inch. 50 caliber, so pretty big diameter. Let's just go ahead and fire a couple of these things, and we have a target-rich environment in honor of this baby. You might. Then noticed. Let's just start bowling a little bit first, though. Ka-chunk, see if it roll a bowling pin. Oh boy, get those ears in tight. Everybody, there's a little water in that thing. Yeah, I think so. Well, there's another bowling pin. Yeah, it takes them off, doesn't it? Wow, and look, somebody put a pumpkin up on that barrel, or didn't even knock it all. Well, I might have a solution for that. Oh well, all the water that's gone. Let's shoot that guy. Oh boy, the rounds are only a couple dollars to 150 a shot, so you know we'll just shoot as many as we want, right? So yeah, those are grenades being launched, no doubt about it. Interesting firearm. I mean, no matter how much you want hate on a Desert Eagle, they seem to be made well, and I could take it apart, I guess. I don't know if you want to see that or not. I'll fumble around with a little bit here before we blast some other things here the way you do. That is, make sure it's unloaded, pull the trigger, and underscore it too. The first click there, safety on, and then you push the button here. Push down the lever over there. The barrel wants to pop right off. These are very interesting. I won't go into a lot of the stuff I did on the first one with the 44 Magnum. You can see, heck out that video. I'll try to remember to put a link to it about the history of the company and all that I talked about in that, and this one is different. It's so you know it's 50, and it's a Neuro. Any the Mark 19, that was a Mark 7, the other one I believe, but you notice again the barrel is the barrel of the firearm, and it has a little hole there. I don't know if you can see that. I think I pointed that out in earlier videos, but there's a little hole there at the bottom of the chamber, and that's the gas port. Basically, so when you fire it, the gas goes down into that and up under that barrel. There's a channel and inside the barrel and you see how that's put together there. It comes out right there against this gas piston right here, which forces the slide back. Okay, so we'll pick up another round. You got springs there, so pretty interesting how that works. It just pushes a slide back more like a rifle. I won't take that off. I do no need to. Now got your dual SPR things there. I've had it part several times, but it's an incredible system. It's more like a rifle system, and along the same lines. That barrel it reminds you of with that lug. Those lugs on that bolt reminds you of an AR almost, doesn't it? The way it locks up. So interesting system, no doubt about it, but it tends to work pretty well. See if I can get her back together. She's definitely not loaded, so I'll do this. Let's see. Need to push forward on that, and then there we go. When you get it flush there, you push that lever back up. Okay, there we go. All right, safety was on. There we go. Big monstrosity. You know these things have been around since the late 80s, and Amok Research Incorporated came up with them. They went through a lot of changes. They were made OVR by IMI Israeli Military Industries and IY, and then moved back to this country and were manufactured by different companies, but there they've always been, in a let's see, an MRI invention, and now they are owned by Car and they're still making the things and all sorts of configurations. Big, well, I started to say beautiful, dare I say beautiful, but big gold-plated models and everything at the, or where was it, NRA meeting I guess, or show to you me. I think I talked to Justin Moon about these things, and he said, yeah, just let me know which one you want to try out. He'd send any of them, and I kind of forgot about it for a while, and then it hit me, and I went back to their website and looked around and said, we got to get one of these. Got the ammo in, and I thought, some of those are pretty wild looking. Why don't I just get one that looks nice, but might be one you'd actually buy? That I might buy if I wanted a Desert Eagle, and I just ID'd on this one, but I said I'll just go to the buds. Get it from buds, and it'll go up on the e-gunner auction. So anyway, but they're amazing creature. Let's fire some more. I've got a couple now. It comes with one magazine, okay, and a John, and I bought a couple just so would have it. John thinks he might want one someday. Okay, that's how strange he is. So if he does, he'll have a couple of magazines, but it just comes with one magazine, so that's what we'll send back with it. So let's shoot a couple more of these things. We've not had too much trouble with it at all. Probably had a couple or three malfunctions maybe, and I think a couple of those I was not really limit wristing, but you better have a hold of it really good, so I kind of blame it on that one of THM on that, and then the first one was in the first magazine. So I think it was brand new, so I don't know, but it's been doing fine, so we'll see how it does. Magazine holds 7 rounds. It's a big old buy for looking thing, and it feels a little bit like that, but other than the weight, it doesn't feel horrible. Okay, I mean it is kind of blocky, but other rubber grips help a lot, and I guess we ought to take out a watermelon, see if it's watermelon worthy. 50 caliber, I believe it worked. There's another to LO man, there's one sitting by that garbage can. Let's take him, our boy, some concussion. Let me shoot this paper target. I'm just going to probably put 1 round on it. All right, let's do it. One hand. All right. Oh, I always want to get him wires in tight before I shoot. Well, I put another one on it. What the heck? All right, bools. I can't shoot the steel targets. The damage would be I don't know, it'd be a real test for a 5.0. Wouldn't at this close range, but I don't know if I would trust it, you not. Sending some of it back to me and John. Let's see now, I've got an old diesel fuel can there that's got dirt in it and crud, and I've been needing to toss it or do something with it, so I've been saving it for a video at some point. Oh, right, okay, I think some of the water had leaked out. Jesus, empty, never fear. Of a more ammo cut chunk. All right, I'm going to try those toolers. They're well, man, what a blast. There's another bowling pin, let's take him out. Rolled him. Okay, we got enough to try the gun. Done. Let's try the gun now. It shoots a little high to a point of aim, so I've got to hold under it. Did you notice how fast it got there? It's a 300 grain bullet and it was there immediately. I might just try a goat. Yeah, I think going high wants to go high on me, so I would have to get it zeroed in and the sights I want and everything if I ever going to buy something like this to hunt with. As far as any precision type shooting, if that's possible with something like this, and actually it is. I do think that I hit the 230-yard gun with the 40 for Magnum. This one, it would take some practice, because you have such blast with it that it really makes you want to flinch. It just does, you know, the muzzle brake and everything. So you'd have to get used to it, and it just, we don't have a ton of ammo. We've got enough for, couple 3 videos, but I didn't want to just stand out here and shoot 50 and 100 rounds, trying to get good with it necessarily before I send it off, send it back. We'll let whoever buys it get good with it, okay, but it is interesting, I'll have to say. A dessert eagle, man. Let's see, let's load up some more ammo. Empty magazines. Look at these big monsters. Oh boy, it's a big round at and if you want the biggest round you can find, and a semi-automatic handgun. I guess this is one of them. There's only 2 or 3 guns ink chambered in this thing, and this is one of them. This round came around in the, I think, around 89 along in there, and this was the first firearm, chambered in at the Desert Eagle and of Co. There's a lot of people think that anytime they see a Desert Eagle it's a 50, but that's not the case. The thing's available in several calibers. I think this one in 357 Magnum, 40 for Magnum, and then 50A. I believe that's all, but again, check the website. There are so many different configurations of these things, huge big barrels and all sorts of things. Just whatever you might need, whatever. Why, you think you could find a holster for right need. Did you notice I said need a big old round? I like big rounds, big lead, heavy lead, so this is kind of right up my alley. I'm still not sure though, about the firearm. The verdict is still out for me. I don't know that I will need to own one of these. In fact, I may let John trade me out of the 40 for Magnum. I don't really have a lot of use for it. The Desert Eagle, I have too many firearms that I enjoy, and this one's not high on the list, but it's an interesting firearm, and in that sense it is high on the list. It was high on the list because we have so many requests for it to shoot a 50, and I had never shot a 50. Desert Eagle, just like I had never shot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum until I shot a 500 Smith & Wesson and Magnum. Okay, now I've shot a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum, so you have to do it before you have that experience. That was pretty profound, wasn't it? So now I've done it, shot one, or will have shot one, whatever, couple 100 times probably, so I'll be an expert, right? Doesn't take much to be an expert. Okay, let's shoot it some more. Quit yaking. Got a 3 magazines here. Oh man, we gotta see couple of things. We didn't want to spare the targets. Now since we have all this power, not that it's really any more powerful of course than a 500 Magnum or a U4570. Some stuff. If I shoot all the time I shoot some really warm 5. A C-45 Colt rounds in my Marlins and so, but it's big for a handgun. It's a big round, it's a lot of power for a semi-automatic handgun, let's put it that way, especially a really cute semi-automatic handgun. I mean, that's a good-looking handgun I got. I guess I'm getting sick in my old age. It actually is not as bad looking, as a Desert Eagle used to be. To me, I think it's because I like brushed aluminum or aluminum brush. Stainless, it looks about as good, in my opinion, as a Desert Eagle can. Look, how's that? For being political, all right. So as I was saying, we got some targets here that we spared no expense or time, right? We have a drum and empty garbage can, so let's shoot the empty garbage can. Oh, it wasn't empty, I'll be darned, it was full of water. Well, wouldn't you guess, so I almost pulled up to shoot the cowboy. Let's get this, let's go ahead with the let's get the water and Elon here. I'm going to back up a little bit, let's see if he'll explode like the other one, probably drench us. John, nice, now I probably have one round. All I know I'll do a tactical reload. Do a full mag out and I'll have 8 rounds. That's the way I would carry it. I might just do that. I might just get me a shoulder holster and carry one of these babies. All right, let's try those. Oh, I'm getting closer. Let's try the cinder blocks. All right, I get my ears in good and tight. What happened to the top block? Music. Okay, didn't take a full magazine that time. Well, let's just go back over there and take a couple shots at the ram. Again, he thinks he's gotten away from these 300-grain bullets. Maybe he has. We'll see. There we go in a cloud of dust, and one more on the gong, the luz. T1. Well, I tell you, that is, or I won't say it's a thing of beauty, but with that action open there's something about it, I guess, because it represents so much power. I mean, most of us shooters still have a lot of kid in US, of course. I don't live and breathe, the power factor and the got to have the hottest 44 magnums all the time like some people do whenever they shoot a 44. It's not a 44 unless you're trucking it 600 feet per second, all that kind of thing. But there is something kind of interesting when you have a handgun or rifle or anything that just does have massive power. I don't like muzzle brakes and compensators, generally speaking, but I think it does help. But boy, you get some blast back from that thing. So Desert Eagle 50, my first big experience this week, and we've created a disaster area here. Oh man, let me get my ears back in tight, and I think what I'm going to do is, I haven't done this yet, I'm not going to say rapid fire, but I'm going to just shoot, and maybe I'll shoot through that wooden box, but I'm going to shoot into the barrel a 7.7 music rounds. Just pretend it's a grizzly he's about to get me. All right, not bad. It doesn't hurt your hand really. Now you get some jolted, it won't tell you it doesn't kick, but it's more pleasant to shoot than a 22 long rifle. Oh, did I misspeak? It's more pleasant to shoot than a 500 Smith and Wesson. Okay, because you've got the action, the gas system, in the muzzle brake maybe, but the gas system just being a semi-automatic, it doesn't kick now. Also, maybe the round doesn't have as much energy, as the average 500 Smith and Wesson round. I don't know. Haven't compared the two that closely, but it just so you'll know. You go pick up a 500 Magnum, a Smith and Wesson, and then pick up one of these with comparable ammo, and this one will very likely be milder on the recoil and easier to shoot, even though it's a big old wicked looking thing. Okay, I mean, it looks aggressive. It's kind of wild looking. It's heavy, it's big, massive. The bullets, the cartridges are huge and all that, but it really doesn't kick as much. You'll find it more comfortable to shoot then. You realize one of these in 44 Magnum 357 would be very pleasant in terms of recoil. You know, I've shot both of those C calibers, and in one and other, you know, very pleasant. All right, so some people have made the comment on our other Desert Eagle videos that if you want to shoot a Desert Eagle needs to be a 50, you know. Well, I guess in some ways it does lend itself well to that biggest cartridge, because I can surely think of a lot of 44 Magnums and 357 Magnums that I'd rather have and pack around and shoot th. And one of these behemoths right here. Okay, if I'm going to shoot those C just up but now in a 50, yeah, it does really in a lot of ways. Makes more sense, and you probably ought to run out and buy one. You know, if you don't have one of these in your collection and a good holster for it, you know what's wrong with you. So anyway, the 50, I guess you know what I'm going to shoot. To more shots can I do, Heck, John, let's just, I don't know, I'm just a glutton for punishment. Let's put 4 in, all right, just for the heck of it. I was about to wrap up, but I don't know, the urge just hit me. OJ, do those ears in tight. Okay, they're in tight. Oh, music, man, that pumpkin ling there. Oh man, I know I'll shoot the hanging up propane or the hanging tank over there, or at it all. Right, got him all. Right, now I'll be good and let y'all go get your dinner or your breakfast, whichever it might be. But so anyway, the Desert Eagle, what did I not tell you? I didn't tell you a lot about the gun. These thing has been around forever, you know. On this model you got the rails topping bottom, so you could put anything on there you wanted. So you know it's heavy. It runs $77, $1,800. They're readily available. You could have one tomorrow probably, and your grubby little fingers, it's like my dirty fingers. So interesting. Firearm Desert Eagle, it's everybody knows what a Desert Eagle is, and I hadn't tried the 50 caliber, so we thought we might as well. All right, so I don't know what else to say about it, except it's a handful. Life is good. Oh, since I'm still here, let me thank SDI for all their help. SDI is a fully accredited online gunsmithing school. Check them out at SD.edu. We also like to thank Bud's Gun Shop and Federal Premium for all of their support. You can find us on Full 30 also now, and you can find the links to our Facebook pages and the other YouTube pages in the description of any video, so I invite you to check out the description, and every video or any video you'll find what you need to know, and you better do it.